The other thing that I would say is weird, this is the weird one. Back in, when I was doing a lot of anime back in the old days, I was at a studio called Magnitude 8, and they had this, where we did a lot of the really great shows back then with LA Hero and those guys. I don't even remember what the show was, but we were doing a walla group, which is background voices, filling in like, you know, action scenes and things. And we had this little tiny booth that's about the size of a large refrigerator. It will comfortably fit one, maybe two people if they're small. We had 5 people in this booth. We had 4 guys and a girl. And we're in the middle of the scene, and it's some crowd scene or something, and we're all supposed to be screaming, and I'm doing like a voice of an old man. We have to mix it up and do different voices for this thing, so I'm going, ah! This kind of thing. And all of a sudden I feel this finger go up my butt. And so my performance went from, to make matters worse, this little booth had a glass door on the front of it, where we could see our music stand that had the dialogue. I coughed up a big glob of loogie, so that was stuck in there dripping down 5 people. And as I'm turning around trying to figure out who put the finger up the butt, it turns out it was the director's girlfriend. Awkward. And I'm surprised it didn't happen before that, but I was voicing Wolverine for a game, for an upcoming game, which I cannot tell you what that was. But like I said, I'm very physical in the booth, and when I'm doing the claw strikes, I actually do swing my arms. I keep my head perfectly still, but the arms are going like crazy. Well, I caught the flesh between 2 of my fingers on the metal edge of the stand, and I knocked it all the way across the room. This thing is a heavy steel stand with a big metal base on it. I knocked it all the way across the room. I didn't even feel it. And it came about that close to going right through a glass door, a double glass door, and that would have been a terrible mess if that had happened. But I was just so surprised that I didn't cut myself, or maybe I did and I healed really fast, I don't know.
What was the funniest blooper moment you've ever had? Like, or just tell one that was really funny.
Blooper moment that I've ever had?
Yeah.
Probably not something verbal. It was when I was auditioning for one of the Spider-Man games. I was screaming as one of the supervillains. I don't know what he was at this time. I don't remember. But I was in mid-scream, and I passed out. And they caught it on, they recorded it. And so you just hear, ah! And then the next thing you hear is the door opening, the director and the engineer coming in. Are you all right? And you just hear me waking up, and I'm going, I think I almost just fainted. Okay. And they said, no, dude, you did. You need to go to the hospital. And I said, no, I'm fine, I'm fine. They helped me up. They picked up the music stand. And I recorded like 3 more characters, and I booked the job. Not that character, but a few of them. But the worst thing that happened was about 2 or 3 months later, I'm in another studio with another director on another show, and the director plays the reel for me. That sounds, these guys are passing it around all over town.
Thank you.
Thank you.